Hello and welcome, guys. Here's a new Revit tutorial. So this session is kind of an introductory session of how to use Revit. We're going to discuss the user interface. We're going to discuss how to create walls, how to change units, how to create curtain walls, how to add doors and windows, and how to create floor. It wouldn't be too long, actually, but this, I would say, the first thing of moving from kind of an AutoCAD 2D dimension into Revit. So we're going to explain at the beginning the difference between Revit and AutoCAD. As you know, of course, in AutoCAD, it's like a 2D drafting. So mainly you're drawing lines. But in Revit is a bit different because basically you're gonna draw more objects and elements, which means that it's a kind of a BIM software, which means building information modeling. So anything you're gonna draw, it's gonna reflect on your sections, elevations, plans, and 3D as well. As a beginning, we just need to explain the Revit user interface. So as you can see here, you have two different panels. You have the property panels and you have the project browser. So now I'm on level 0, as you can see. So this one is the floor plan. This is the ceiling plans here. This is the 3D views and your elevations. And this one is the property panel, which is really important. So if I'm going to draw something, all the information I need to put in here to reflect on my, especially on my other views, would be as well as an input here. So let's say that I'm drawing a wall, for instance. Let's say I'm having for a wall. We're going to discuss the wall later on, but just to give an indication about that. So if I just select that I'm going to draw a wall, so I'm going to have all the information of my wall in here. Like the top constraints means where this wall is starting from. So in this case, it's starting at level 0. The base constraint is where this wall starting from. So in this case, it's starting as level 0. The top constraint is the top height of this wall. So I could change that, for instance, up to level 1 or give it a certain dimension. So we're going to discuss all this kind of information, but the most important thing to understand is that if you want to switch between your views is from here. So here's level 0, level 1, side plan, ceiling plan, level 1, 3D view, east elevation, north elevation, south 1 and west 1. And as I mentioned, all the information about this view or about this component or an element that you're going to draw is going to be in the property panel. Here, if we go to each of these tabs, so this is the architecture tab, and we're going to discuss that today as well. So this is just like how to draw a wall. You have to go to architecture and then select a wall, or we're going to use the shortcut. So if you just come with your cursor near a wall, you will find all the time that's putting you the shortcut beside the command. So wall, the shortcut for that is WA, as you can see here. So most of the Revit shortcuts is basically the first two letters. So you need to type the first two letters to use this shortcut. So for instance, a wall would be WA. I would say there are other things that's not actually the first and second letter, like for instance, door, which is DR. But in most cases, it's just the first two letters. And we're going to discuss that in details as we're going on during this Revit course. So let's jump basically to the first step that I need to do. So if I just go to level 0 here again, just double click it. And then I need to type UN, which is the shortcuts for adjusting my unit. So the first thing I want to do once I open Revit is to choose architecture template. This is really important. So let's say that I'm starting a new file, just not to let you confuse. If I just go file, new project, and then I have to choose from here architecture template. And then once I'm in my architecture template, what I need to do first of all is to adjust my units. So when I'm drawing something, I have to draw it with the right units, so I shouldn't get confused or something like that. But depends on you which type of units you want to work for that. So for me, I'm always happy to work in meters to draw scaled 1:1. So it makes sense to me more to work in meters. So if I type UN, And then I need to change the units. So the units that I need to change is basically the distance. So I need to change that to meters from here. And then the rounding, I will change that to 2 decimal places and the unit symbol to meter. And then I just click on OK. So I do that for the distance and I do that again for the length. Change that again to meters, 2 decimal places, unit symbol to meter. Okay, okay. Then I will start to draw. So I could start to draw directly if I know what I'm drawing, or the other thing that I would also prefer before you start to draw is to go to your elevation. So if I just stick on one of these elevations, and then I go, for instance, to the north one. Here, as I can see, the units now all are in meters, so I can see that I have level 0, level 1. So let's say that you want to change the level height. So it's quite simple and easy. So if you just double click on level 1, change that to 3 meters, for instance, click on enter. So it's going to change to 3 meters. But let's say that you want to add more levels in here. So to add more levels, there's an easy shortcut. You could go here and add a level, of course, but the shortcut for that is double L. So if I just type double L, I will start adding more levels. How can I add the levels? So I could just straight away draw my level like that, or I could pick line from here and then get an offset for this level. So let's say that I'm having here, this is 3 meter and I want to create another one, 3 meter from here. So I would just go pick this one, which is pick line. And then for the offset, I would just type 3 meters. Okay. So now I'm having another level, which is level 2. Okay. Let's say that I want to create another level, level 3. It's like that. Okay. If I click on more, it will create more. I don't want level 4, so I'll just have level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. If I go to any of these levels from here, I could change its name. So let's say that this one is like roof level, for instance. So I could just go type roof level to change its name. Yes. Okay, so it's quite simple and easy so far. If I want to tick on the other side to have another thing like a circle here saying roof level is on 9 meter, I could do so by clicking on this one like that, like that. Okay, so I hope that's easy to draw your levels, and it's quite simple to do. Then after that, as you can see, all the levels that I've drawn here is gonna be reflected on my project browser panel. So now I have level 0, level 1, level 2, roof level. So I know the levels that I created. And if you want to change the height at any time, you could double click that and then change the height. Quite easy and simple. Okay, so let's go back to level 0 now. And then let's start to draw a wall. Okay, so I'm on the plan now, so just make sure that you're on the plan now. Okay, and then what I will do is that I will go to wall from the architecture tab here, or I will just type WA, click on that, and as we mentioned before, so here is my property panel. So this is most of the information about my wall. So let's say the first thing, I want to understand what are the different types of wall that I'm having here. So you have loads of different walls here. You could pick the one that you want, or you could create your own one, and we're going to discuss that later on. So let's say that you want this one, a wall exterior like that. Okay, and you want to start to draw, but before you start to draw again, you have to check your property panel to understand, I mean, are you going to have this wall connected to level 1, level 2, or to your roof level? So from here, as you can see, the base constraint is level 0. The top constraint is unconnected. Unconnected automatically makes the wall height 8 meters. So if I want to change that now to, for instance, up to level 1, which is the height of 3 meters. So I will start now to draw then. So from here, I could have the different types of drawing tools that I can use to draw my walls. So I'm gonna pick the line one for now, just to show you this. So let's say that I wanna draw my wall. If I press on Shift, it will make my walls all perpendicular. If I release my hand, I can move freely like this. So let's say that I want to type 3 meters, and then I move another 5 meters, for instance. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw another 3 meters, and then I'm gonna close this rectangle. Okay. Now, if I go to the 3D, so as you can see, I'm drawing at the same time in the 3D and in my plan. It reflects in my plan and in my 3D. If I go as well to one of my elevations, so these circles here is indicating your elevation. So make sure when you're drawing inside this area. So this is, for instance, this one, I have the east, the west, the north, the south. So let's say that I want to click on the south elevation, so it's going to be this one. So as you can see here, what I'm drawing is also reflecting on my elevations. So let's go back to level 0 now, and then let me delete this just to try different things, and then type again WA. Automatically, if I type again WA, it will have the same um, the same elements that I just implemented in here, which is actually the same wall features like base level 0 up to level 1, unless I change that or I change the wall type from here. So let's keep with the same wall and then discover more about the drawing tools that I'm having here. I could straight away draw a rectangle wall like that. Okay. And then if I want to change any of the sides, I could go here, type 10, for instance. So it's going to be 10. If I want to change any of the sides here, so if I want to change that also to 10, it's going to be 10 by 10. So this is just different ways of drawing your walls. If I go again to my wall and I want to draw like a curved wall, so let's say that I start by a line here. I start to draw a line, but this side is kind of a curved wall. So I could pick this one, pick the start of the wall. Sorry, just show you that again. WA. So let's say that I want to draw a curved wall. So I will pick this one from here, pick this one here, and then I will draw my curved wall. Is that clear? So I could go back again with Shift. So I hope that is clear so far. If I want to delete that wall and then go again, type WA, and then go from here, try this one. So this is the start point, this is the end point, and then I could play around this if I want to. So is that clear, guys? Okay. Now let's say that you would like to try, you could play around, try all these kind of things. So here is the number of sides. If like you're doing a hexagonal one or an octagonal one, so you change that from here. So let me just put 8, for instance. Okay. So it's going to be an octagonal one. If I change that to 6, it's going to be a hexagon one. So this is totally up to you. Okay, guys. Okay. So if I just release my hand, I'll draw this one. There's another thing that is really important just to mention this. Delete this again. So let's say that you want to, you're drawing a rectangle like this, and you want to do like a fillet for the curve, which might be an important thing to understand. So let's say that you want to fillet the curve. So if I go to fillet arc here, select this one, this is gonna fillet the curve. Do you get what I mean? And then you could also put a certain radius for that. So let's say it's 1, and then if I just select this one, so automatically it's 1. Select this one, it's automatically it's 1. What else you need to know? Okay, of course, if you want to draw a circle, it's like from here. So it's good to play around this, try it yourself. Then I will do like a big selection like that, and then select filter, check none, I will check the walls, okay, and then I will just delete them all. So now let's try different type of walls. So if I type WA again, and then from here, I could start to try different types of wall, like partition wall. If I want to draw a partition wall, it's from here. If I want to select another one, so I could just go here and then change that from here as well. So you could see the different types of walls that I've got so far. Have all these types. Even you have here a curtain wall. So if I select it again, you have different types. You have curtain wall, exterior glazing, and you have a storefront as well. The difference between that is that the storefront is kind of having like mullions and grids, and we're going to discuss that also later on. If I go to the 3D just to check this, so you can see that I'm having here a curtain wall, and I will show you how could you adjust this later on today. The other thing that I want to mention is on this side is showing the level of detail. So if I want to change that to the highest level of detail is fine. If I want to change the visual style, so this is important. If I want to change that to realistic, for instance, I have to choose the realistic one. If I want to change it to hidden line, it's like that. If I want to change it to texture, just to show my texture, shaded, so you have different styles to show in here. If I want to also show the shadow, I click on this one. This is for the thumb pass, which is quite important, but we're not going to discuss it now. So this is, I think, the most important thing for you to know. I will delete this again now. So if I just select that, delete this. And then what I need to do now, I need to start to draw my own wall. So let's say that I want to create my own wall. So if I type again WA, but this time I will choose just a basic wall. Let's say this one, okay? And then what I need to do, I need to go to edit type. So I will just click on edit type. And here I need to duplicate that. So I need to create my own wall, give it a certain name. Okay, so I need first of all to duplicate this. So let me go here, duplicate this. Okay, and then now I need to give it a name, which might be wall exterior 1, for instance. And then I press OK, click on OK, and then I go to preview from here. Okay, and then I go to edit structure. Then I'm having the layers of the wall that I want to implement. So here I could add the material, and on this one I could add the thickness. So let's say that I want to change that to 0.25, for instance. Okay, and if you want to change the material, you could go here and then start to change the material. So let's say that you want to change that to a different brick or different type of material, you could do that from here. In my case, I will keep it brick. But let's say that you want to insert a finish, which might be a plaster or paint or something. So you could go on the structure one, and then you click on insert. And then this is important because where are you gonna insert that? So is it gonna be above the structure from this side or from this side? That's important. So let's say first of all, this wouldn't be a structure. Let's say that this would be a finish. So I need to go here, change that to finish. And then I need to go to the material, give it like plaster or paint or something. So let's say that I'll give it a paint. So let's say I give it paint, press OK, and then let's say that I'm gonna have this thickness as like 2 centimeter. So now, as you can see in my preview thing, I'm having the structure, which is the brick one, and then I'm having my plaster or my paint in here, which is 2 centimeter. If I press OK now, OK again, so I'm having my basic wall, which I call it wall exterior 1 now here, and I'm ready to use it to draw my walls. Okay, so I hope this is clear for now. So I think this is all you need to know related to walls. I'm gonna stop here and then see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.